Corbin needs to be replaced. Do we have enough firepower in the starting rotation with Grayson and with Zach Eflin? The answer is yes, but hello everybody, I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest. This is dirt from Camden Yards on the 30th anniversary of the stadium back in 2022. It's been a lot longer than 30 years since we won a world championship, and of course, that is the goal this year. We're going to get to the starting rotation as we have pitchers and catchers reporting tomorrow in just a moment. But remember, like, subscribe, hear all the hot takes from myself and my colleague Cam Bryce right here on Orioles Digest. We're excited to be with you all season and beyond. Now, let's get to the starting rotation. And the question is this: is the starting rotation going into spring training strong enough to get the Orioles to the promised land? My answer is yes, but. And here's what I mean by that. Let's begin with what will be the top of the rotation. You're going to have Zach Eflin at or near the top of the rotation, along with Grayson Rodriguez. You're going to have Charlie Morton in there. You're going to have our friend Sagano in there, and then you're probably going to have Dean Kramer. Those are probably, most likely, we'll go over the stats in a second, most likely those are your 5 starting pitchers. We'll get to some of the wild cards in a second. Now, can any of them actually replace your ace, Corbin Burnes? That's where my yes, but comes in. Here's my take, okay? So you lost Corbin. You know, he's making $210 million on a 6-year deal. The Orioles were never going to make that deal. So you have Zach, you have Grayson, you signed Charlie Morton for $15 million, you signed Tomoyuki Sagano for $13 million, and then, of course, you have Dean Kramer as well. So we spent some money. We have depth. We have enough to get us to the All-Star break. And my friends, that is what I'm telling you. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? I believe we have enough in the starting rotation right now to get the Orioles to the All-Star break in good position to win the division. And then every decision has to be made then at the All-Star break. So I do want to look at the stats from the starters, but I also want to keep in mind this. I've said from the beginning, if the price is right, make the deal. If the deal for Dylan Cease is right, if you're not giving up the farm, make the deal. If the deal for Castillo is right, make the deal. If the deal for Valdez is right, make the deal. But so far, Mike Elias has not seen a deal that he is willing to make. So, how will we start the season and what changes at the All-Star break? Let's take a look. So first, you're going to start the season. We'll get to Charlie in a second, but for sake of argument, let's say that Grayson is our number 1 starter. So last year, Grayson obviously got banged up, but he was in 20 games, 116 innings pitched, 130 Ks, and a sub-4 ERA, a strong ERA. Keep in mind that left field fence is coming in a little bit this year, so it could be hampering some of our starting pitchers, but Grayson Rodriguez has the makings of an ace. He's not Corbin Burnes, but he certainly has the makings of an ace. And then you take a look at Zach. So Zach Eflin, I would argue Zach was the best starter down the stretch last year. He delivered everything. I mean, outside of Corbin, of course, he delivered everything you could possibly ask for from the 30-year-old. He gave you the innings. He got you the strikeouts. He had pretty good control. He had that 3.5 ERA. And Zach Eflin comes to play. He's a competitor. You'll have Eflin and Grayson at the top of the rotation. And then you have Charlie Morton in the middle of the rotation. No doubt about it. This guy is a workhorse. He's going to give you innings. He's going to be right around 4 with his ERA. He's going to strike out plenty of guys, and he's going to keep you in games. Now, back to the question, do we have enough firepower to replace Corbin Burnes right now with Grayson and with Zach Eflin? And I, again, will argue to you, yes, we do, up until the All-Star break. Here are my 3 reasons why. Agree with me or disagree with me in the comments, please, and like and subscribe. Number 1, I believe we have enough firepower because this year I believe our bullpen is going to be a strength, okay? So if your starters can give you 5, can give you 6, that is what you need out of your starters right now, because that bullpen, especially with Bautista coming back, hopefully he's healthy, that bullpen is going to deliver. That's number 1. Number 2, why I believe it's enough till the All-Star break is because, and this is Grayson, but what I wanted to show you was Albert Suarez. Suarez is one of 4 guys that I see that could also be slotted into that starting rotation should we have further injury or should somebody struggle. So you have Albert, who's outstanding. You have Cade Povich. You have Chase McDermott. And you still have Trevor Rogers, who is a major league pitcher and can pitch. So right there, I've just given you 9 starters who any of the 9 could slot into the rotation and be effective, especially given the bullpen. Why do I keep saying we can get to the All-Star break? Well, here's why. The wild cards, my friends. At the All-Star break, we will know if Kyle Bradish is able to come back. We will know if Tyler Wells is able to come back. Obviously, we'll know long before then if John Means is going to be able to join the rotation. Once we know about Bradish and Wells, once we know where we sit at the All-Star break, and I would tell you that we will be in first or second place at the All-Star break in the division, that's the time when you can truly evaluate making the trades and giving up the young guys in order to get a bona fide frontline starter. And I'm showing you this because I truly believe that, yes, we do have enough firepower right now up until the All-Star break. At the All-Star break, we will know where we sit. We will know if Tyler Wells will be back. We'll know if Kyle Bradish will be back. And at that point is the time where Mike Elias can decide to put together a package to get a frontline starter down the stretch, whether it's a rental or not. But that timing would be better than making a deal right now that you will live to regret because you're giving away too much. Again, if the price is right over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Mike Elias will make a deal. He will. If the price is right to get a frontline starter, he will. But he's not under tremendous pressure to do that because of all the reasons I laid out and because I believe at the All-Star break, we will be sitting pretty and in a really good spot. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.